Messi, Mbappe, Kane, and Haaland are turning the Golden Boot race into one of the fiercest battles the FIFA World Cup has ever seen. With Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland all locked on 7 goals, and Kane right behind them on 6, the race is incredibly tight. Every match, every shot, and every finish could decide who ends up as the tournament's top scorer, making this one of the closest Golden Boot fights in World Cup history. When it comes to goals, this World Cup has been on another level. The biggest stars in football are delivering for their countries, smashing records and creating historic moments throughout the tournament. Every round has felt like a showcase of elite finishing, with the race for the Golden Boot getting tighter and more intense by the game. Lionel Messi has pushed his World Cup legacy even further, becoming Argentina's all-time top scorer in the competition, with 20 goals and still counting. Right behind him is France's Kylian Mbappe on 19, and the gap between them is keeping the pressure sky high. Those two are right at the center of a 4-man fight for the Golden Boot, and it feels like every time one of them scores, the others answer straight back. It has turned into a proper shootout between some of the most dangerous attackers in the game. To show just how wild this race has become, 6 goals would have been enough to win the Golden Boot in 12 of the previous 22 World Cups. In 2026, that total would not even be enough to lock down 3rd place. That says everything about the standard on display and how ruthless these forwards have been. Mbappe currently has a slight edge with 7 goals and 2 assists, giving him the lead for now. Messi is right there with 7 of his own and still has a game in hand on the rest of the pack, while Norway's Erling Haaland has matched that same total to keep himself firmly in the hunt. As for Haaland, Golden Boot or not, he has already pushed his name into the conversation about the greatest strikers the game has ever seen. The Manchester City star is going blow for blow with the biggest names in the tournament, all while leading a Norway side playing on this stage for the first time in 28 years. That alone makes his run even more impressive. Right behind the top 3 is England captain Harry Kane, who has forced his way into the race with 6 goals and 1 assist. Kane delivered when England needed him most at the Azteca, bearing his 6th and most important goal of the tournament from the penalty spot to help fire the 3 Lions into the quarterfinals with a dramatic 3-2 win on Sunday. Kane and Mbappe know exactly what it takes to win this award. Kane claimed the Golden Boot in 2018, and Mbappe followed with one of his own in 2022. That same year, Messi finished 2nd in a race that went right down to the wire between 2 of the tournament's biggest stars. The last time a World Cup saw this kind of scoring battle was back in 2010, when the top 3 scorers all finished on 5 goals and had to be separated by assists. Go back even further to 1962, when Brazil lifted their 2nd world title, and the top scorer honor ended up being shared by 6 different players, each with 4 goals. With more teams and more matches in 2026, there is a real chance that goal totals like this could become more common. Then again, this might simply be one of those rare tournaments where everything has come together at once, with some of the best attackers in the world all hitting top form at the same time. 3 of the 4 main contenders are already through to the quarterfinals: Mbappe, Kane, and Haaland. Messi's Argentina still have their quarterfinal to play on Tuesday, 7 July, which means he still has the chance to push even further ahead. But this race is about to get even tighter, because Kane and Haaland are set to face each other in the last 8, guaranteeing that at least one major contender will be knocked out. Mbappe, meanwhile, is chasing a piece of history of his own. If he finishes on top, he would become the first player ever to win the Golden Boot at back-to-back World Cups. That is what makes this race feel so huge. It is not just close, it is loaded with history, pressure, and some of the biggest names in football all going head-to-head. This is shaping up to be one of the greatest Golden Boot battles the World Cup has ever seen. Who's leading the race for the FIFA World Cup 2026 Golden Boot? Erling Haaland's brace against Brazil has thrown him right into the middle of the fight, taking his tally to 7 goals and putting him level with Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe at the top of the scoring chart. Erling Haaland has now joined Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe at the top of the Golden Boot race at the FIFA World Cup 2026. For the last 3 days, Mbappe and Messi had been sitting side by side as the tournament's joint top scorers with 7 goals each. But Haaland crashed straight into that conversation on Sunday, scoring twice in Norway's round of 1-6 win over Brazil to pull level with both of them and turn the Golden Boot battle into an even bigger showdown. Once the knockout stage got underway, Messi was the first to hit 7 goals after Argentina beat Cape Verde on Friday. Mbappe answered the very next day, matching that total as France got past Paraguay and keeping the pressure right at the top of the scoring race. Harry Kane is still very much in the mix as well. The England captain moved up to 6 goals after finding the net in England's dramatic 3-2 win over Mexico late on Sunday, keeping himself within touching distance of the leaders. Just behind that front group are Spain's Mikel Oyarzabal and France winger Ousmane Dembélé, who both sit on 4 goals and could still force their way into the conversation if they catch fire at the right moment. Here's everything you need to know about FIFA's Golden Boot Award. What is the FIFA Golden Boot Award and how is it decided? The FIFA Golden Boot goes to the player who finishes the World Cup with the most goals. It is one of the tournament's biggest individual prizes and a mark of who delivered when the pressure was at its highest. Kylian Mbappe is the current holder after scoring 8 goals for France at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, setting the standard for the race in 2026. If 2 players finish level on goals, FIFA moves to the first tiebreaker, assists. The player with more assists takes the award. If they are still level after that, the Golden Boot goes to the player who reached those goal and assist numbers in fewer minutes on the pitch. Which players are leading the scoring charts at the 2026 World Cup? Right now, Kylian Mbappe sits on top of the Golden Boot race with 7 goals and 2 assists, giving him the edge in a battle that has become brutally close. Lionel Messi is level with 7 goals, while Erling Haaland has also hit the same mark after charging into the race with Norway. Just behind them is Harry Kane on 6 goals and 1 assist, still close enough to make this a 4-way fight if he keeps delivering in the knockout rounds. A little further back, Ousmane Dembélé and Mikel Oyarzabal are still hanging around with 4 goals each. They are not leading the race at the moment, but with the way this tournament has gone, it would be risky to count either of them out completely. Current top scorers at World Cup 2026. Kylian Mbappe, France, 7 goals, 2 assists. Lionel Messi, Argentina, 7 goals, 0 assists. Erling Haaland, Norway, 7 goals, 0 assists. Harry Kane, England, 6 goals, 1 assist. Ousmane Dembélé, France, 4 goals, 2 assists. Mikel Oyarzabal, Spain, 4 goals, 1 assist. How many Golden Boot awards have current World Cup players won? A few players in this tournament know exactly what it feels like to finish a World Cup as the top scorer, and some of them are now chasing the chance to do it all over again. Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane, and James Rodriguez have all won the Golden Boot before, which means each of them is trying to become a 2-time winner. Kane claimed the award at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, while Rodriguez lit up the 2014 tournament in Brazil to take the prize for Colombia. No player in World Cup history has ever won the Golden Boot more than once, so anyone who pulls it off this year would be breaking brand new ground. Can Cristiano Ronaldo still win the Golden Boot this year? Cristiano Ronaldo has quietly climbed the scoring chart with 3 goals in 4 matches, but if he wants to seriously break into the Golden Boot race, he needs a huge push from here. With the leaders already well ahead, Portugal's captain will have to start piling up goals fast if he wants to turn himself into a real contender. If Portugal make a deep run in the tournament, Ronaldo will almost certainly have to be at the heart of it. That means more big moments, more goals, and a serious late charge if he wants to close the gap on the players leading the pack. Which player has scored the most goals in a single World Cup? That record still belongs to France forward Just Fontaine, who produced one of the most outrageous scoring runs the tournament has ever seen by hitting 13 goals at the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. Behind him is Sandor Kocsis, who scored 11 goals for Hungary at the 1954 World Cup in Switzerland, while West Germany legend Gerd Müller sits next with 10 goals from the 1970 tournament in Mexico. Who has scored the most goals in FIFA World Cup history? Lionel Messi now sits at the top of the all-time World Cup scoring chart with 20 goals, putting him ahead of every player the tournament has ever seen. Right behind him is Kylian Mbappe on 19, which says everything about how quickly he is building a record that could become untouchable if he keeps going at this pace. Just behind those two are some of the biggest names in football history. Miroslav Klose remains on 16 goals. Brazil's Ronaldo scored 15, and Harry Kane is now level with West Germany legend Gerd Müller on 14. All-time World Cup top scorers: Lionel Messi, Argentina, 20. Kylian, Mbappe, France, 19. Miroslav Klose, Germany, 16. Ronaldo, Brazil, 15. Harry Kane, England, 14. Gerd Müller, West Germany, 14. So here's where the Golden Boot race stands, heading into the next big stretch of the World Cup. Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and Erling Haaland are all locked on 7 goals, with Harry Kane right behind them on 6, and every match from here could flip the entire race on its head. It is not just about who scores the most anymore. It is about timing, pressure, knockout football, and who can keep delivering when the stakes are at their highest. What makes this battle even crazier is the quality involved. Messi is still adding to his World Cup legacy. Mbappe is chasing history and trying to win the Golden Boot for a second straight tournament. Haaland has stormed into the fight with Norway on their biggest stage in nearly 3 decades, and Kane is still hanging right there, waiting for his moment. With that much firepower in one race, this has all the ingredients to go down as one of the wildest Golden Boot battles the World Cup has ever seen. And the scary part is, it is still not over. One huge performance, one brace, one penalty in a knockout game, and everything can change in an instant. That is why this race feels so good right now. It is tight, it is unpredictable, and it has some of the biggest stars in football, all pushing for one of the game's biggest individual prizes. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Matchio for more World Cup breakdowns, football stories, and all the latest drama from the tournament. Peace.